Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reading a multi-character thriller by me. So let's get into it. Albedo. Albedo found quite easy to fluster you and embarrass you in front of others. He was charming and a tease, but he knew how to hide that very well from everyone until he needed to show it. But what always made you embarrassed with him was the way you'd be talking to someone and he'd be right there beside you, his hand trailing across your thigh or your lower back, stretching to dangerous places while you were in public. You really could not keep your focus on whatever conversation you were having with him by your side, and he'd always lean in, whisper after they left, and tell you that you did a good job of staying calm and keeping yourself quiet. It would always make you go red, make your mind just go insane with his words and his voice. Albedo was ruthless when it came to stuff like this, and you honestly don't know how he survived this. But whatever worked, you guess. And you could see that Albedo definitely has fun making you all embarrassed and shy like this. And even though you don't mind his touches, you just hoped he would tone it down a bit. Just a small little bit. Venti. Venti was even more difficult than Albedo to deal with in public situations. He was extreme. He had no shame at all. And he wouldn't mind kissing you in front of everyone for the whole world to see. In fact, Venti loved showing you off. And what embarrassed you most with him was how often he would praise you. You would just be wearing something very ordinary, and maybe going to a party, and Venti would rave about you to everyone, telling them to look at you and how beautiful you are, and how he must be such a lucky man to have a beautiful girlfriend like you. He was so happy to have you, and he was more than eager to share that with everyone. You didn't hate it or anything like that. You just found it slightly embarrassing, but you welcomed it all the same. And afterwards, Venti would see you blushing and giggle at you, laughing, and he would tiptoe, cupping your face in his hands and giving you a soft kiss, telling you that he meant every single word he said, and you looked truly beautiful, like a queen or a goddess. Venti was so genuine and so in love with you that it almost made your heart melt, forgetting everything about your prior embarrassment. Kazuha. Kazuha always managed to embarrass you when you were talking with someone you didn't like. He would always wrap an arm around your waist, pull you close, and sometimes he would even full on kiss you in front of that person, totally not caring about what was going on around him or respecting them at all. And you'd always tell him not to be so suspicious of people, and sometimes they might have good intentions. But he knew better. And he was right, because the wind would always tell him the truth. Therefore, those people who came with nice smiles, planning to trick his innocent beloved, the least they deserved is to be shooed away politely. And even then, politeness was not something he would offer them. To be honest, the only reason he would embarrass you is because he found it cute and adorable, especially with the way you would usually react. It was funny, adorably so, and it kind of encouraged him to be an asshole to them more often. But of course, only when it required that. He wouldn't be more of an asshole than he needed to. He didn't want people to hate you or anything. He just wanted those creepy idiots to stay far away from you. And that, they very well do, after seeing him make out with you in the middle of the street. Scaramouche. Scaramouche may not be the most affectionate lover, but he's certainly nothing if not protective. He loved you and cared about your safety more than anything else in the world, and he will do anything in his might to guarantee it. and that included, and was not limited to, carrying you around in the Fatui headquarters. Surely that was part of keeping you safe, not because he wanted to carry you or something. Though he did admit, internally, that he enjoyed carrying you around. But you'd always end up being embarrassed, burying your face into his neck. You felt like you were too old to be carried around like that. But it wouldn't oppose him. He would always get all sulky and pouty if you refused. So you let him have it. Besides, it was one form of affection that he was willing to show in public. So who were you to say no to that? Eventually, though, when you do get to your room, all the embarrassment melts away. Because there's a soft look in his eyes, and he would always grab your face, pressing the softest of kisses to it, and humming happily as you melt into his touch. Nothing made Scaramouche happier than seeing you safe and happy. That was all he ever wanted, and all he would strive for. Xiao, much like the other anime boy, Kaza was extremely protective of you, to an almost funny and embarrassing degree. He would always have his arm wrapped around your waist when he sensed danger, even though he didn't like PGA, but he wanted you close to him and wanted to make sure you're alright. And also, it was the way he would fawn over you that made you embarrassed. Like if anyone got attacked or something, he would finish it up all quickly and be back to your side in just a few moments, looking you over like you were a child, asking if you were hurt. He looked so concerned about you, completely ignoring everyone else, and that kind of made you embarrassed. But it was also cute and funny and adorable too, because it showed you just how much he cared about you and your well-being, that you also couldn't be mad at him for it. You would just reassure him, wrapping your arms around him and holding him close, telling him that you did a great job protecting you. And even if there's a faint blush on your cheeks from how much she was just worried about you, you don't say anything at all. You just hold him until you sound reassured that his Wayan is safe and alright right there in his arms.